Hello, this is Josh Hunter. I'm on planet Earth. This is going to be a quick video if I'm not mistaken, unless I change my mind. But I think I've stumbled upon something miraculous. This was earlier today. I think I finally I may have solved my problems of being homeless, and I want to let everyone know that I've finally found a home. I know everyone was worried, since they were they were so concerned over these last 8 years, but I finally found a home, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to show you my home, my new home that I have found. And okay, all kidding aside, this actually is very important to me. As you know, I try to achieve things through very, I wouldn't say that they're unusual ways, but I don't like to be excessive. So what I try to do is find you say, oh, Josh, well, if you want to not be homeless, just like fucking get a job and like make some money and fucking like solve your problems traditionally. And that's easy to do, like if you're an acceptable person, but apparently I'm not like acceptable. I mean, as far as I know. So I'm trying to so my thinking in this manner is, ooh, is it clear? I think it is clear. Yeah, sweet. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit again. Anyway, my method is to find the form and fill the form with the relevant frequencies and establish it here in the physical realm. I know that sounds kind of like needlessly verbose, or perhaps trying to make something more complicated than it needs to be, but it explains it in a way that I will remember. Anyway, last night, or this morning actually, still I got 4 minutes until the next day, Cinco de Mayo, until 6 de Mayo. I found 4 houses this morning, and for about the last 5 years, I've been trying to find like a house where I could find like a form and then fill it with the things that I need to fill, and then just amplify that form until it expands around my body. I know that may not make a lot of sense, but I think a lot of things in your life you will find are anchored to physical objects that you have or that are somewhere. And if you can find a physical object and anchor it into your world, it makes it easier to, establish the things that you need. Anyway, I found 4 of these. These little tiny, well, not tiny houses. I mean, anyway, I found 4 of these houses, and this one, I said, well, so why not just keep like all 4? I don't know. It just seemed like excessive to have, even though it's very fragile too. Like if you look at it, I don't know if this thing will focus or whatever. Anyway, I like designs. I like doing designs and making it, projecting the energy into some necessary function. So anyway, I found this house, and I decided, okay, well, if I have a house, then that means I'm at least very close. If I can literally put some version of myself inside this house, I have at least a model that I can, I don't know, I have a physical model. The whole point is to anchor it into a reality that I can see. So I found this house. It was based upon, there was 4 houses on a hill or something, and the thing said San Francisco on it. It was like it was a model of like some neighborhood in San Francisco, or something. And but anyway, so I've made it something that I can use. I tied this thing to the front here. I won't say what that is, but this is like an enhancing element, let's say. And then I found someone gave me like a fruit cup, which I use to, because it's very fragile, so I needed something to protect it. So it fits quite nicely into this cup, as you can see, and I have a rubber band here to keep it in the cup. And then So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to, because most people, like, when they want to produce something in their world through some non-traditional means, they use visualization techniques. So this is like my kind of, it's like a manual visualization technique. So and am I pathetic? Am I a pathetic person who can't do anything right? I'm such a failure. No, I'm not a failure. Don't feel bad, Josh. Don't feel bad. Okay. Anyway, uh, so so to me, like it's a technical process. So first I have the form, then I need to protect the form, and then I need some type of a motor to project it into my world and to establish it and to expand it until it becomes more real. So I have the cup to protect it, and it's clear, which allows enough light to kind of illumine it. I have programs, or instructions that I've installed here. I don't know if you can tell, there's little pieces of cardboard in here, and various things to, what do you want in the house, right? So I put different things that I wrote down that I want in the house. I have this thing out here as a kind of, to make it more, this golden piece out here in front of it, tied to it, is supposed to make it like, I don't know, warm, a type of warmth. Every house needs a warmth. And then here, this is the I guess the security, the guarding aspect of my house. So I found this, like, it's like a children's toy or something, but I don't know what used to be in it. But it's like there used to be like a ball. No, is that an H? H for hunter. Or H for whatever. H for house maybe. But I is the protecting aspect of the motor of the house, the thing that propels it into the standard reality. So in addition to this protecting thing, what does it protect? Well, as you can see here, maybe you can't, I found a toy, I found this a while ago, but now I can actually use it. I found a toy Dragon Ball from like Dragon Ball Z. It's been a while since I've seen that anime, but from what I recall, once you get 7 Dragon Balls, you're able to make a wish. And I don't remember what it is. I don't know if you can just wish for anything, but I have 1 Dragon Ball. So I figure if I can extract even a slight portion of the wishing aspect, I cannot tell if I'm telling the truth, or if I'm being real, or if this is... Anyway, I like it regardless. If this works or if it doesn't work, I don't know. I like it. It's neat. It keeps me, I don't know, it's just kind of fun. It's fun to me. So I have the Dragon Ball here, which is the motor. So you figure it's unlikely that I'll get 6 other Dragon Balls, but if I can compensate the lack of Dragon Balls with, structural functionality. I mean, the fact of even having 1 Dragon Ball, it has to have some aspect in the contribution. Because if 7 Dragon Balls produce the wish of anything that you want, then at least 1 Dragon Ball should produce at least some part of the wish that you want. So if I at least have 1 part that will produce a wish, then I should be able to compensate through other means. So this, the outer golden thing or whatever, protects the Dragon Ball, which is the motor of it. The cup here holds the form, protects the form. There's a, I don't know if you can see. Okay, so there's like a kind of an indent here, concave aspect here, or a concave form, which the golden shield or whatever can rest upon, and obviously it's clear, so the light from the Dragon Ball should shine through and project the form into my world. And then to make it more real to me, I have a key here as well, which inserts into this. So I have a key which is normal size to remind me of the scale, to remind me, like, because because I have this small house, so it's like, okay, how do I make it like a full-size house? Because I don't necessarily want like a 2-story, whatever type of house you call this, but when I have a key here, it's like a, I don't know, I found this key too, I don't know, it's like a electronic something, I don't know. But the key here establishes it in the I guess in the scale that I would need it. So it's like the accent that I would need. Like if you were asking for something, sometimes life understands you, sometimes it doesn't. That's kind of rough. Anyway, so when you put it all, let's see, there, there we go. So it's kind of dark. Maybe here. Yeah, there we go. I'm not saying this is trash. I'm just, it isn't. All right. So when you put it all together, isn't that nice? So this is my basic design, my initial design, and I'm hoping that the form here can anchor, because you have a flow of energy. Because it's a type of abstract visualization. Because I imagine myself putting the key in the door, but there's so many things that can interfere with it. So when I visualize, I can't visualize for shit. Like when I visualize in my head, it's always like kind of cloudy, and I don't really. But when I have the things that I can actually see, when I have a model that I can see, then it just makes it easier to understand. Especially when I've anchored the parts of the thing that I want in a way that I can handle with my actual hands. So obviously, I want a home, but then I also want the home to be protected. And then I want a motor as well. That's what the Dragon Ball here. The Dragon Ball is the motor of the house, but I also want that to be protected as well. So every relevant aspect is protected. You have the thing that you want, the form, and the energy that you need to make it real, to propel it forward. The key is kind of my own personal style. It's a more stylistic aspect. I guess it's all kind of style, but I think this would probably work even if I didn't have the key. But the fact that I found the key and that it fits so well, and technically, what is it? Look, it fits right into the. And actually, it does perform some function. It prevents the Dragon Ball from like moving around a little bit. And this is Dragon Ball number 5, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a. Oh God. Even if this doesn't work. Like the general lame. Actually, all right, anyway, sorry. All right, so I have never tried this way before, because normally when I do this, maybe there are other aspects. Like for example, the instructions that I put into the house, like inside of it. I won't say what those are, because I need to have some proprietary secrets. But generally, I think if you want to visualize in a more safe way without, I don't know. Some people are probably very good at visualizing and they get what they want like pretty easily. But with me, I need to see it. I need to make it real. Because everything in my head is just kind of cloudy. But so this is my basic model for propelling a household into which I can live. I'm not saying I necessarily want to live in a 2-story colonial in San Francisco. I don't know if this is colonial, but that's just the type of house that comes to mind when I want to describe this. But it is a house, and I'm just so glad and great. I'm just glad to just have this form. I don't know. Anyway, so the key. So we have power here, form, and the key is the thing that establishes it in like this the regular world, because to scale, these are out of scale. I think Dragon Balls are bigger than this, but I don't know. I think it works. I think this will produce a house for me, and there are certain things that I have not said as far as my methods, but I think it's important to share this anyway, just in case like I said, it's all about anchoring. In this world where people are kind of more in the air, so to speak, not necessarily, grounded, I think it's important to have things as being made more real. So this makes it more real to me, and I just thought I'd have this for my notes and records. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.